Hey, what's up guys? This is the third and final video of the Mustang 3.8 swap. So, just to boil things down here, this engine came out of a 2000 manual. This is a 1999 automatic. So, when I got the engine, there was nothing on the back of it. No flywheel, no nothing. So, the reason being, I believe, is because the flywheel is permanently bolted or mated to the manual transmission, I believe. I could be wrong, but that's what I've read. There was one problem with the wiring harness on a 2000. If you look up a 2000 Mustang on Google Images, the engine bay, and a 99, the 99 will have two wiring harnesses up against the firewall right there. The 2000 only has one. The 99 has three connectors here. One here, and one here. The big one is the only one going to the engine wiring harness. The other two are going down there by the transmission and the rear oxygen sensors. They're all on the transmission. So, I don't know. On the 2000, the wiring harness would take up all three of those places. So I would have that unplugged and that unplugged. It was as if the connectors were moved. When I plugged the engine wiring harness in here and here, these two wires that were going to plug in there would just be like hanging. There would be nowhere to plug them into. But on the engine wiring harness, there was a female of these over there and a male over there. I could have plugged this in over there, and that I could have, but that one was a male over there. So a male can't plug into a male, so I couldn't plug that in over there. So, I don't know, that was weird. I just reused my 99 wiring harness, no problems, no extra connectors. It just fit just like the old engine did. Everything plugged in nicely, so I just reused that. And on the old wiring harness that came with this one and my 99, all of the clips holding the fuel injector connectors on, all of them broke off, so they're just like sitting on there. But there was enough resistance on there to keep them on, so I'm not worried about it. What else? Let me see. A little kind of a review here on the old one versus the new one. The old one having 193 or 194,000 versus this one only having 80,000. There really wasn't much of a power difference. A little bit. It was a little noticeable. This one having way more compression. It was hard to turn it over by hand. I would get to a certain point, then I would hear a prominent out the headers, so that made me feel like it had a good amount of compression versus the old one. A big difference on oil consumption, definitely. That's something that I saw instantly. The valve cover on the driver's side. I'm going to post a link on that in the description. That's pretty important. If you have a 99 or 2000, you have a faulty baffle in there that will allow oil to get sucked up through the PCV system and into the upper intake manifold, causing a lot of carbon and a lot of gunk to build up in the engine. My old one had that faulty valve cover all through its life, and that's probably most of the reason why it had a severe spark knock. So I went to Ford, ordered a new valve cover. It was pretty expensive. It was like $120. It was in the hundreds. It wasn't, I don't remember it being any more than $150. I can't remember. But I got a new valve cover there. Reused the passenger side. They seem to have different paint on them from the 99s, because on the 99 the paint was chipping off. Oh, battery's going dead. Oh well, it'll still record. So the paint was chipping off on the old valve covers. This one seems to have a different kind of paint, or maybe it's just because it's newer. It was painted on both sides, on this one and the old one. On the old one, the paint on the underside was falling into the oil, basically, onto the rocker arms and clogging up the oil passages. So, if I see any signs of chipping on this valve cover, I'm getting it replaced. Because you can see on the new redesigned ones, they're just all bare aluminum. And I would kind of prefer that over the black. I don't know, it just looks better to me. and I replaced both valve cover gaskets. That's pretty much it. It went smoothly, no problems. It runs good. I'm going to change both the oxygen sensors. I'll make a new video on that when I get the money to do it. But yeah, the engine swap's done. I can start it up. Hold on, let me find a place to sit this here. I can start it up and show you guys how it runs. Well, you're not going to get a really good view, unfortunately. I don't know. Hold on. Okay, I'll try that. There I go. I'm going to start it up. Runs really good. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. There's the exhaust. They're dumped right behind the rear tires. I got high flow cats and the stock headers. Basically the same setup as the old engine. Nothing's changed, just the engine. There is kind of a tiny shake to the engine, but I think that's normal. Yeah, my hand's not steady enough. Oh, all right. Yeah, the oil pressure sending unit isn't even a sensor, it's just a switch, either open or closed, so, and it's stuck open, but I have oil pressure. I can just tell if you don't, it'll make a lot of noise, and it runs good, so I'll change that out in another video. But yeah, that's pretty much it on the Mustang, on the swap. Stay tuned for more Mustang videos. Thanks for watching, guys.